Everyone in the hall stopped breathing the moment four generals halted mid-stride, turned sharply, and raised their hands in a crisp salute toward her. A woman in a simple service uniform, standing quietly near the back, stunned, unsure what she had done to deserve that level of respect. Moments earlier, a Navy SEAL, known for his brutal sense of humor, had asked her rank as a joke, expecting a shy laugh or a flustered excuse. Instead, the question triggered a chain of reactions so shocking, it froze the entire briefing room and changed the course of 3 careers that very day. What those generals knew about her, no one else did. And what happened next is a story that still circulates in whispered awe across military bases to this day. The aircraft hangar was cold enough for breath to fog in the air. Dozens of special operations soldiers filled the space, waiting for a joint briefing before an upcoming multinational mission. Among them stood Petty Officer Luke Hammer Hayes, a decorated Navy SEAL with a notorious reputation for testing new people with sarcasm. He wasn't cruel, just a man who believed you could measure someone's heart by how they handled pressure. That morning, his attention shifted to a young woman standing quietly near the rear wall, holding a clipboard, her posture straight but not stiff, her expression calm but unreadable. She looked too young, too quiet, too ordinary to be in a room filled with elite operators. Hammer leaned toward his buddy and whispered, "Who's the new kid? Logistics? Admin?" His teammate shrugged. "Probably a last-minute addition. Doesn't look like she belongs here." Hammer smirked. "I'll fix that." He walked over, boots studding confidently, and stopped right in front of her. The woman didn't move, as if she had been expecting him. Her deep brown eyes lifted, steady, almost gentle, but with a depth that momentarily unsettled him. "What's your rank?" Hammer asked, joking, tilting his head playfully as if expecting her to stutter or wave her hands nervously. She opened her mouth. But before she could answer, a door slammed at the front of the hangar. 4 U.S. generals entered together, their presence commanding immediate silence. Even the humming engines outside seemed to quiet. Soldiers stood at attention instantly. Yet something strange happened. The generals weren't looking at the commanders in charge. They weren't scanning the elite troops. Their eyes locked straight onto the woman Hammer was teasing. Their steps halted. Their faces shifted. And then, to the shock of every soul in the room, all 4 of them raised their hands in a sharp, flawless salute. Gasps spread across the hangar. A wrench dropped from someone's hand and clattered loudly on the concrete. Hammer felt his stomach drop. Generals did not salute casually. They certainly did not salute people who appeared to be low-ranking support staff. The woman returned the salute with a calmness that made Hammer's skin prickle. One general spoke, voice carrying across the room. "Ma'am, it's an honor. Welcome back." "Back?" Hammer thought. "Back from where?" "Back from what?" The woman finally turned to Hammer, her voice soft but steady. "You asked my rank," she said. "You'll know soon." Before he could respond, the lead general addressed the room. "Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the highest cleared officer in this mission. She will be overseeing the entire operation. Her authority surpasses mine." Hammer's jaw dropped. The room froze again. "Dr. Liana Grant, United States Military's classified rank, Strategic Command Advisor, Tier 1. Hammer swallowed hard. He had just joked with a woman who outranked nearly everyone in the building. But something about her didn't match the power she held. There was humility in her eyes. Pain, too. And a weight that looked heavier than any metal could explain. Now seated at the front table, Liana Grant barely looked at the room. Her hands rested quietly, fingers interlocked, as if grounding herself. She wasn't dressed like someone powerful, and she certainly didn't act like someone used to commanding generals. But the respect she received was immediate, instinctive, and absolute. Hammer, now seated several rows back, watched her with a guilt crawling through his chest. He expected her to expose his joke in front of everyone, embarrass him, or make an example of him. Instead, she behaved as though nothing had happened. But Hammer couldn't shake the feeling that something about her felt wounded. The briefing began, outlining a rescue mission in unstable territory. But halfway through, General Rhodes paused, glancing at Lyanna as if asking silent permission to continue. It was the first time Hammer had ever seen a general look to someone else for approval. Lyanna nodded. Only then did Rhodes continue. Something was different about her presence. She wasn't intimidating. She wasn't loud. But the entire room shifted around her, as though her calmness was a gravitational field pulling everyone in. After the briefing, the generals left her alone for a moment. Hammer, regretful and confused, approached her slowly. "Ma'am, about earlier." Lyanna shook her head gently. "No harm done. You didn't know." Her tone wasn't dismissive. It was tired. Almost fragile. Hammer hesitated. "If you don't mind me asking, why do they treat you like you're untouchable?" she finished, her calm eyes meeting his. He nodded. A long silence followed. "My file is sealed," she said. "Not because of what I've done, but because of what I lost." Hammer felt the air tighten around them. She continued softly. 3 years ago, I led a team into an operation that went wrong. We rescued the hostages, but my entire team didn't make it out. The generals salute me because they believed I should have died with them. They salute what my team sacrificed, not me. Hammer felt a cold heaviness settle in his chest. Lyanna added, I came back to the field because I owe them. Every mission I advise, every soldier I protect, is my way of honoring them. Her voice cracked, barely noticeable, but enough for Hammer to recognize the depth of her pain. Ma'am, if you ever need a team that won't fail you, Hammer said quietly, I'll stand behind you. Her eyes softened, not with authority, but with a human warmth she kept hidden from most. We'll see, Petty Officer Hayes, she whispered. This mission will test us all. And before it's over, you'll understand why they really salute. Before Hammer could ask what that meant, alarms blared across the hangar. Red lights flashed. A soldier ran in breathless. Emergency intel update. The enemy just moved the hostages. Our window is closing. Lyanna stood instantly, all softness gone. Her posture shifted into commanding precision. Everyone to stations, she ordered, her voice suddenly carrying the weight of someone accustomed to life or death decisions. Hammer watched her move, controlled, fearless, almost transformed. And in that moment, he understood exactly why 4 generals saluted her without hesitation. She wasn't powerful because of rank. She was powerful because she carried the weight of ghosts, and still had the strength to save others.